All right. Hey. What's up, everyone? We just want to check, make sure we get a sound check, make sure everything's going live. Give us one moment, but welcome. Super excited. Uh, I am Jedi Master Depaul, and this is
The Conspiracy Cantina. Welcome,
yes,
everybody,
yes,
to
yes.
episode 0.
Episode 0. So Jedi Master Depaul here, and we also have xcoregamerskillz. This is episode 0, so just checking to make sure everything goes good. Get a little sound check. 1 second, and yeah, super excited, man. It's crazy how we started this, right?
Yeah,
Just out of
I just
nowhere,
had the idea for it. And I was like, hey, maybe my guy would be down for it. So,
right?
unfortunately,
Yeah,
you
no,
were. And
exactly.
that was just, 2 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. 2 weeks ago,
kind of got it.
and we launched this real fast with 2 months. I mean, we both have experience. We're off of TikTok. Um, that's where we met at, and it was amazing. So the fact that we was brought together before from Star Wars, just our love for Star Wars and everything, and the TikToks and everything like that. So it's just amazing how Star Wars can bring people together. We've never met each other. I mean, but we met each other,
No.
connected to say in the last
Yes. Yeah.
month. And we're across the. I mean, we're in the United States. California. You're on the East Coast, so it's crazy how that works, and just like the mutual love for one thing, for this galaxy far away, like gets us together and just brings us together as a community. So excited. So for if you guys are just joining in, thank you. Episode 0 for our Conspiracy Cantina podcast. It's all love about Star Wars, putting out there, and just actually going to be discussing everything under the sun. I should say everything under the galaxy of Star Wars, and what's past to come, what's current, and theories, predictions, everything. So, with that, we're going to jump right into the episode 0 and talk a little bit about who we are and where we make content at and why we make content. So if you want to start, go ahead and jump in there, Xcore. Totally up to
Yeah.
you.
So, I am xcoregamerskillz. I started making content on TikTok, sort of just for fun. I didn't even have a TikTok until it was the Saturday after Thanksgiving. My buddy and my wife were watching TikTok videos and laughing. And I'm like, I want to see. They're like, download TikTok. I'm like, I don't want to download TikTok. No, get TikTok. It will share the videos. So I downloaded it and I started watching videos and whatnot. And I first started making Star Wars content because everyone was talking about the end of Mandalorian, and they're like, "Well, why won't she just take the dark saber?" They're talking about Bo-Katan, and I'm like, Moff Gideon said it. He said it right there. He said, "The story matters." She already did that once. It didn't work out. So after that, I just started getting on and doing more Star Wars content, and people started liking it and interacting, and then I connected with Darth Jocko. I went on his podcast a couple times, and I just started doing it and growing from there. What about you? What got you into making content?
Oh, making content. So I actually, I've had TikTok. I mean, of course, TikTok got me started doing videos around Star Wars and all that stuff like that. I do marketing. I do a lot of online marketing and stuff like that for business. And one of the things was like, okay, hey, we were trying to figure out TikTok because it was very popular last year because a lot of with everything that's going on with quarantine and everything, and people locked in with COVID. So TikTok, I mean, it just made sense. So we was trying to figure out what's the best way to use TikTok, and we was gonna use it for marketing and business like that. But I was like, you know what? Brand yourself. And I love Star Wars. I mean, everybody knows me as, whether it's work or not or outside personal life. They know I love Star Wars. I mean, it's just that's it. And So I've actually had the TikTok app since it was like called Musically or something like that, and they merged and got bought out like that. So I just never used it. I was like, okay, this is a great, probably a great marketing way to market business and stuff like that, and get people in front of other content, all stuff like that. But I never used it. So just last year, I actually started. Let me check this out because a lot of stuff is going on. I used to see ads for them. Like, let me check this out. And actually, like, really see what it's about. And I do YouTube. I have other channels on YouTube, and I was like, okay, no problem. I know that one, Facebook, all that good stuff. But when it came to TikTok, I was like, that was just like, holy, oh wow! And of course, I got sucked into Star Wars TikTok because just it made sense, and also got connected with Darth Chaco and his content, and just was really well. And other, didn't realize there was really a Star Wars TikTok community on there, and I just start, following things I like. Next thing I know, I'm sucked in 3 hours later, like scrolling like at little 15 to 60-second videos. And like, oh crap. So it was just, it's been
That'll
fun.
happen.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's been very fun and exciting. Meeting connecting with some amazing people, and just learning a lot of stuff, and even more information that, like around Star Wars, more lore and legends and content, all that stuff. Just it's nice seeing different perspectives and seeing different things, and just how people are creative. So that's what got me into like the whole making content on TikTok, and how I got with that one. As for like like Star Wars, what else? So I think I covered that one. Yeah, what got me into TikTok and all that stuff. And I was nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, what got you in? What got you into Star Wars in general? I mean,
So I was actually gonna do a
do you
TikTok on this
remember
one.
seeing it
I do.
as a kid the first time?
I don't remember seeing. Well, yes and no. Yes and no. So what got me into Star Wars as a kid was my mom, and I didn't know that until I was an adult. My mom's an actual nerd like me. She loves science fiction. She loves Star Wars. She loves all that stuff. Science, Game of Thrones, all that good stuff. She just likes that. Um, and I didn't realize I got it from her. My sister, my sister's like, oh, y'all crazy. I don't know what about that, but I'm the oldest, and so I got it from my mom, and I didn't go. I mean, I'm about to be 40 next month. That's crazy. But my earliest memory of Star Wars was when I was, I want to say 3 or 4. We'll say 3, 4. I had a birthday party. My mom threw a birthday party for me, invited all my cousins and everything, and she had Chewbacca. Well, I mean, it wasn't the Chewbacca, but it was Chewbacca. It came to my birthday party.
Oh,
And as that young of it was pretty cool. As that young of an age, I remember it very vividly seeing this big old Wookiee. And as a 4-year-old or 3-year-old, I'm like, I'm 6'1" right now, but I'm like this. He was Chewbacca to me. I was like, holy crap! And he had a toy blaster. It was painted black, and I remember my cousins and everybody was trying to grab his gun and everything, play with his gun. I was just amazed with like, Chewbacca. I was like, holy crap! And that was my youngest memory of it.
that's pretty cool.
But I remember movie wise, Return of the Jedi, because Ewoks really resonated with me as a kid. So that's what got me into Star Wars, and ever since then, it's just been uphill. I just like, oh my god, what's going on?
Yeah.
So, yeah. How about you?
So it's kind of weird. I don't remember the first time I ever saw Star Wars. I was born in '84, so that's after everything had come out. But um, it was just always sort of there. My brother had a lot of the old it was always like whenever it was on, we would watch it. I don't even think we had any of the VHS tapes for like a long, long time.
Mm-hmm.
But I do remember like anytime it was on, we'd watch it. I think the first time I ever saw A New Hope was literally over the air on like a CRT TV, like with the rabbit ears on it, like with commercial breaks and everything.
Wow. Okay, that's pretty cool.
So that's how I used to watch Star Wars when I was a kid. Like we didn't have a VCR until I was like 6, maybe.
Okay. Hey, it makes sense
So
back
I
then
mean,
because you know,
Star Wars is always has always been there for me. But it's like I couldn't sit there and destroy the tape of it because I didn't have it. You know what I mean?
yeah. No, I totally understand what you mean. We used to so we eventually got a VCR, and I remember when I got a little bit older, I was probably like 7, 8, and we would catch it on the. We didn't have we didn't go and buy the cassettes. We would buy blank cassettes and then catch it on TV and record.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
so it was like that, and we just rewind it, and watch it like on. I remember always on was it ABC? No, it was usually NBC. NBC at first, and then other stations started taking it. But yeah, I remember watching Star Wars on the recorded VHS. Didn't get the actual VHS until I think I was like 12. The whole set, the original trilogy. My godmother got me that, so
yeah,
it was
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
We got that eventually.
Yeah, yeah. So we got some people in the chats. That's awesome. Amber, she actually said Chewie. That was so cute. Um, which one was this one? Who's this? Sorry, I don't. I'm gonna butcher your name.
That's Xanatos. What's
Xanatos.
going
There
on,
you
my
go. Thank you.
guy?
All right, cool. Watched the original trilogy when I was 9 years old, and have seen Return of the Jedi over 500 times. I wish I knew the exact number. Man, I used to be able to quote the original trilogy like non like as it played, and it was so funny. But yeah, I mean, I can feel on that one. What's this one? Rob this guy. I can't remember how I was seeing the first time, but remember building an X-wing out of clothespins. Wow, lining books
That's pretty
up.
cool.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, that's
Hats
pretty
off
awesome.
to you. That's impressive, man. That's I never thought about that one, but yeah, that's pretty impressive. I remember just getting like the old wrapping papers, cardboard stuff, and just playing like hitting people with that and act like
Oh
lightsabers
yeah,
and stuff like
yeah.
that. But that's pretty dope. What else we got?
I used to try to I tried to build one once out of a car antenna. I tried to build a
What?
lightsaber out of a car antenna and a flashlight, an old car antenna. You know how they had the old retractable car antennas?
Yeah, yeah.
And I tried to build a lightsaber out of that and a flashlight. It didn't work, but
That's classic. I mean, I can't. I'm trying to picture that. I'm like, I remember the retractables, the ones like
wait,
I
I have
remember
to tell you
those.
the
I'm
first
like,
time I hit some.
wow. I miss my OT micro machines toys. Nice. Okay, I remember those. Yeah. Amber said we did the blank VHS recording from TV2. Yep. I mean that's how we did it back then. So yeah. So that's pretty cool, man. I'm trying to think what else as a kid. Yeah, I mean that was my earliest memory, but that's what got us in Star Wars and what got us in TikTok content creation. So, favorite film and character.
Oh, this one's pretty easy. It's my favorite film is Return of the Jedi. It always has been. I think it probably always will be. My favorite character is definitely Luke Skywalker. I just loved him as a kid. Even in A New Hope and Empire, especially in Return of the Jedi, and even then his arc in the Last Jedi and the Rise of Skywalker is it's just so perfect. Um, as a kid, you relate to him as yourself. You see him as a hero, and then see him as a mentor and somebody who's dealing with this tremendous failure. Um, but even then, he sort of at the end realizes that yeah, I can still be the hero even though I've failed.
Mm, man, I agree with that one. And I want to do a whole podcast on just that section right there. Not today, but yes. We probably can fill a whole podcast with them because that movie made you think. And I mean, just to touch on it, I think that's why it pissed off a lot of people. And so, but yeah, I mean, it's a great film, and I didn't realize until later down the line after watching it a couple times. Oh my god, it makes sense. But yeah, so Return of the Jedi, yes, that's my I call it my gateway movie, like a gateway drug movie. So, but yeah, Return of the Jedi is one of my favorites, if not my top favorite. It has changed. I think because as a kid, you see everything. Well, I'll speak for myself. As a kid, I saw for Return of the Jedi, I saw the Ewoks, and at the time, Care Bears were big.
Oh yeah, they were.
And I had a Care Bear Care Bear suitcase when I went traveling, or I had to go somewhere visit family like that, and so I mean, it just resonated with me. And I was like, okay, cool. But the Wicket was just I love Wicket. He's awesome. I love man, the up and up for life, for real. And the thing about that is that it just made like it was done. It was amazing. It's done beautiful. I loved Return of the Jedi, and I've loved it for a long time. Story wise, I would say Empire Strikes Back. Just the whole dialogue and everything after, because as I matured as got to my adolescence and understood plot, and like, oh my god, this is more than just laser swords and blastings and like fights and all that stuff and giant teddy bears. This is like this is actually a story behind it. Cool, and that I mean, so Empire Strikes Back just made like so much sense. I was like, oh, this is so deep, man. I loved it. I mean, so. It was a close tie for top one between Empire and Return of the Jedi. So, but it's hard. It's like choosing one of your kids. You know, it's hard to just like, hey, which one was this? But
yeah, I think for me, the older I get, the more of the stuff in Return of the Jedi I like. Like as a kid, it's Luke and the Ewoks and the Death Star battle and that fight on the sand skiffs, and then you get older and you realize that Luke's struggling with his inner darkness. He talks to Yoda. What does it mean to be a Jedi? Why do I have to fight my father? And then he confronts him, and it's what's more important, saving Darth Vader or defending my family. And then it's he cuts off his own hand. And he looks at his father, and he looks at his own hand, and he's just, wait a minute. If I do this, I'm going to become just like him.
Right.
Like everything about Return of the Jedi is perfect. Like people always say like, oh, that's the film that you get into as a kid and then you grow out of it, and I'm like, you're not watching the movie. You watching it from the same perspective that you had the first time you watched it. Every single time I see that movie, and the older I get, the more you pick up on all these little things.
Yes.
This movie is the perfect way to close out the hero's journey. And then you get at the end, you get you get to fully realize that this is the end of Luke's hero's journey. It's his confrontation with his father. It's his apotheosis to the Jedi Knight. But it's the same thing for Vader. Vader confronts his father figure in Palpatine. And then he has his apotheosis and becomes one with the Force and returns to the light side. Like every little thing about this movie that every time I watch it, I see something new, and I just it really is the perfect ending to any trilogy.
It's beautiful, man. I'm telling you, man. It just makes sense. Like I've never had somebody say, "Oh, that's for kids." I've seen people make comments like that, and I'm like, "That's how you gonna say that, man? That's like, no." I mean, it's like if you're gonna say that, then it's done perfectly. Because if you feel that it's for kids, it's actually for adults. Somebody getting their hand chopped off and somebody getting thrown and the shaft, and no, it's for adults. You're looking at the aspect as a kid, so it totally makes sense. And just the psychological of everything makes sense. Oh, it's just beautifully done. I mean, it baffles me. I wasn't say baffles. No, it baffles that some of the stuff, like just like rewrites and everything that George Lucas had to shift around, like, do this instead and do this instead, and how it turned out, how it was. It's like, it's a freaking masterpiece. So, absolutely, no, I mean, it's up there, man, and I agree with you on that one. So,
it's been my favorite, and like I said, it's because as a kid, you watch, you watch the awesome laser sword and space battle parts. And honestly, one of my favorite set pieces in all of Star Wars is that chase through the jungle on the speeder bikes.
I was just thinking about that. Yes.
I don't personally think there's a better set piece in Star Wars. Like in these 9 films, that is my favorite. Today we'll go back and just watch that part. I mean, and to think that was filmed in 82 or released in 82?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, like I said,
was it 82?
I grow up and I'm like, oh, I believe it was released in 82.
Okay.
Because I know I wasn't around yet. I was born after Star Wars.
I can't remember. I thought Empire, because I know New Hope was 78 or 79. 77?
77. God. Yeah.
I'm gonna stop saying dates because, but okay, all right. It's crazy how but yeah, that was the genre it was in. So I mean, why did I think that it was in whatever? Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's crazy. Yeah. No, you know what? You're right. You're absolutely right. I didn't have to look it up, but you're absolutely right. No, yeah, because I remember I'm doing a Facebook post one time that it actually came out the same month of my birthday.
Yeah,
New Hope.
Amber just said, yeah.
Amber said, thanks, Amber. I appreciate that. All right, cool. She said today. It's the New Hope's anniversary.
May 25th.
Get the hell out of here. That's what's up. Well, happy anniversary, New Hope. Star Wars New Hope. It's meant to be, right? Conspiracy Cantina is meant to be. Oh, okay. So Revenge, and she said
83 was returned.
See, okay. I was like, wow. Okay, cool. And May 25th. Crazy. How was I was also 2. I'm born in 80. I'm born in 81. I'll say I don't care. I think we lost a little signal. But while he gets back on, I thought it was 82 too, but it's okay. I mean, hey, perfect day to start a podcast. Yes, Amber, absolutely. So while xcoregamers hops back on, I think he has some connection issues. So he said Luke Skywalker was his favorite character in Star Wars, and Return of the Jedi was his favorite movie. Now, it's like I said, for me, it's a tie of Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back. But I will say my favorite character is R2. And he's back. That's what's up. And so my favorite character is actually R2. And people are like, oh, well, I mean, I've never really told people, because no one's really asked me. They used to say, who's your favorite Jedi? And it used to be Yoda. I used to love Yoda. I still love Yoda. But my favorite character is R2. And so on so many levels, because he's the only person that don't have words. But everyone understands him, and he's through every movie. And that's just not why, but it's just that I just love him. It's R2 is just, he's the underrated hero, and he's like the sideline hero. Like people don't realize, oh yeah, R2 great. They give some props, but they still like they're like, oh you're not a main character. He's a main character, and it's like, man, R2 does so much, and he's like so out there. So I super love R2. I mean, if I could afford it, if I can find one, I would buy. I saw there's a guy on TikTok. He actually has one. I forget his name, but he created a life size R2 replica, and it actually moves and everything, like the flips and all. I'm like, oh my god! I was like, dude, how much are you selling that for? But yeah, R2D2 is my favorite Star Wars character in the Star Wars universe, and so yeah, so that's why I'm like this R2. I mean, he's hands down my favorite Star Wars character. I do love Luke Skywalker, but R2 overall is my favorite Star Wars character. Emery says, I love that. You don't hear R2 that often, but as Vader. But yeah, I mean, seriously, you really don't. And it's surprising because of what he does and what he brings to the, like, seriously, they make the jokes like the most foul mouth character in Star Wars is R2 because all the bleeps and bloops and but I'm like, no, I mean, just he doesn't have no words and has so much personality. And I guess I relate more with that one because I was always like the reserved person, and you might see me like on this podcast, but I force myself to actually talk and everything when I have to for business and work and everything. But like I'm very like I've always been an introvert, so like with that, it's like being like the one not be able to talk and not having a voice. That I just relate with R2 of that one. So. And I love Chewie. Don't get me wrong. I love Chewie, but R2 is my top one. So, glad to see you're back, X-Core.
Yeah, I resolved the issue. I make sure next week.
That's up, hey man. That's why this is episode 0. It's all good, man. R2 is a badass droid.
I'll make sure I'm hardwired.
The love an R2 unit from Galaxy's Edge, but they're kind of tiny knockoff. So you actually have a replica I got built, but it's out of paper, but a friend gave it to me a long time ago. I was never got around to building it. So yeah, what's next? So next up is we did a favorite film and character. Favorite species. Favorite species in Star Wars. This is a good one. And this could be a tough one, but this is a very good one. I mean, I'm not hip on all the names and of species, but I'll start off with one that interests me the most is 1 second. The one that interests me the most is what's the one in the cantina of the New Hope that looks like ET almost, but it has a long neck. And he was actual a Jedi.
Oh, those are Ithorians.
That's those are. So they interest me the most. And I'll tell you,
those,
like
Ithorians, yes.
Just how like the whole setup is and like their structure. I'm so interested because I'm like, how does your body work? Like, where do you eat? And what was nice was the 2013 Clone Wars, the one that was on Cartoon Network before
2003.
Oh, 3. That's 2003. Sorry, 2003. Thank you. The one that just put on Disney Plus. They had an episode with that guy. Grievous was chasing him. If you guys haven't seen this, I'm sorry. I mean, it's been long enough. But spoiler alert. And he had a force scream ability that he uses lungs to use the force to force things out. I was like, because I guess they have some type of gills or something like that. I'm not sure, but I was like, oh, that's dope. So that's one of my, I guess you say, favorite species I can think off the top of my head. I mean, there's a lot of species. I mean, I love the Jawas because they're just fun and interesting. But, and I mean, I can't even say favorite because then you got the Ewoks. You know, it's hard.
Yeah, there's so many.
You got the Wookiees, and I mean, it's like Wookiees are dope as hell. The Wookiees, like, I don't know. Wookiees is like the they're Wookiees. They just chill. Like, man, leave us alone. Man. We just here like it's a party. You know, let's have some fun. But they always get enslaved and have wars and shit like that with other people. But I don't know. So it's real hard for me to choose. about yourself?
Yeah, I don't know why I wrote that down because it's hard for me to pick a favorite. I really have a newfound respect for the Twi'leks, especially after Rebels and reading Light of the
Mm,
Jedi. I also really do like Jawas, especially after Mando, because Jawas are native to Tatooine. And then
yeah,
you watch Mando and they're all over the freaking galaxy. It's like, what did they do? Did they just build a spaceship out of junk and just
right.
start roaming the galaxy?
Ex-
Like, and then there's people some Jawa juice. It's like how are they so famous that they have a famous drink that other people are drinking? Like,
Man, right? It's like how like I thought y'all was like on Tatooine, but no, yeah, Jawas are they out there. They be doing their things.
yeah,
Like that's crazy.
apparently they're just
But
around
yeah,
stealing stuff.
little scavengers like, hey, give me this, like bargaining. So it's yeah,
It's like,
Jawas are
yeah,
pretty
they're
dope.
bargaining with Den for pieces of his own ship. It's like that's mine. You stole it
I
from
couldn't,
me.
yeah, I was like, really, he's about to kill you for doing that, and I can't believe they went along with it, or he went along with it. I'm like, y'all really doing a side quest? Okay, like, hey, my ship back, but go ahead and do this first. So yeah, I mean, it's Jawas are cool. But yeah, I mean, I guess, I mean, yeah, I said my piece already. I mean, I love my Ewoks, but at the same time, that one that I can't even remember the name again. But yeah, anything else to add to that one?
The Ithorians, yeah.
Ithorians, yeah,
No, I mean there's just so many like the Ithorians, the Jawas. I really like the Twi'leks and the Wookiees. I mean everybody loves the Wookiees.
yeah.
But yeah,
Everyone loves it, please.
I think the Jawas are the most interesting, especially after the Mandalorian, because it's like wait a minute, you guys are how exactly are
You
you
know,
guys roaming the galaxy?
I wouldn't be surprised if Dave Filoni ends up making a spin-off series about or some kind of animated series about the Jawas, like just like a little short or something like that,
Yeah,
because
that would
they're
surprise
everywhere.
me.
So it says that. So right here it says something good. The Chiss, so the Thrawn
Yeah.
species. No one knows a lot about that one. Well, they know enough,
Oh,
but
oh.
I mean, I think there's enough. There's a lot more depth to it. So that's
Yeah,
going to
that
be
could be like its
interesting.
own like
That's going
that
to be
could
his
be
own
its own
series
show,
because
honestly.
I think like with there are they doing a series or a movie for Thrawn?
I don't know.
I know they're coming out with something because they're looking to cast somebody for Thrawn, and I think
They're
they're
looking
actually
to
talking
cast
about
somebody
cast
for Thrawn for
the
uh,
Ahsoka show, huh?
Ahsoka.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because
Okay.
she's looking for him. I think that's what that's
Okay.
for.
So he might actually get his own show
Although
then.
this, he might. Um, looking that up right now, actually.
Amber says, "Not gonna lie,
Yeah,
I love all the cute species: Ewoks, porks. Yeah, they are cute. Vulpex. He said Vulpex. Oh, what is? Oh, that's the little fox, a silver fox, huh? A little
yeah,
caps. Yeah.
I think that's what those are called.
Oh man, I love the Loth wolves. Those are they were dope. Um, Twi'leks and whatever Maul is. Okay, yeah. Intriguing. They are very intriguing. Yes. Amber. More. Yes. More Loth wolves. Yes, exactly. Zabrax. What is Zabrax? I can't remember what the Zabrak is.
Zabrak is Darth Maul species.
Ah, okay. See, guys, there's
Yeah,
hope
he's a
for you.
Zabrak.
You don't have to know everything in Star Wars, like by memory, to be a super Star Wars fan. You know, I'm like, I gotta keep some of my brain matter for storage for other things. Um, yes,
That other stuff's overrated. You don't need it.
right. My anniversary is not important. No, it's very important. I love you, wife. Haven't read the books, but Thrawn books shed lights on it. Thrawn's going to be in Mando. I think he's going to be in Ahsoka. I don't think he's going to be in Mando because that's what the whole. I think the Ahsoka is going to be about more is finding Thrawn and Ezra, because I'm pretty sure we're gonna see Sabine and the Ezra, because Shell and all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
'Cause she's only they're searching for Ezra. I mean, in this the Selfish show. Um, what else? Species Starship, or did you have more to add to the last one?
No, no. What's your favorite? What's your favorite ship?
Oh man, favorite ship, Spaceship. Apparently, um,
We can do
I
the other
do
kind of
love
ship too
the.
if you want.
See, I just learned what that was like a couple months ago because I saw everybody doing TikToks on that one. It's like, oh, what's your favorite ship? I'm like, I guess the Falcon. I like X wings, and so I mean, I don't really care for the A wing, but Ghost is good. Amber, yes, Ghost is an excellent ship. I love the Ghost and Phantom. That's pretty dope. Um, I was raised on the Millennium Falcon. I wasn't really literally raised on the Millennium Falcon, but it's just seeing it. I love the Millennium Falcon, or what we call it, aluminum Falcon, as a kid. So, but yeah, I mean, there's so much to it. What's Death Stars are nice, but no, Millennium Falcon is one of my favorite ships. I'm trying to think of another one. X-Wings are cool. Y-Wings were interesting, Y-Wing, I mean, I was like, okay, it was more of a bomber, but so I mean, I was like how it's fucked up, but I like how they exploded when they blew up. How, like one thing's it looks like somebody just got shot in the back, like
That is fucked up.
it is messed up. I was like, oh, it's like how they explode. That's weird. So with the Y rings, but yeah. So I guess I'm gonna say Millennium Falcon. For me, Thrawn's ship was pretty interesting. His whole what was it? Let me see what it is. I forget his name. I actually have it in the game I play, Galaxy of Heroes.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I tried to get into Galaxy of Heroes, but I was just like, they want a good amount of money unless you want to grind a lot.
So I got in it when it was when it was pre-launched.
Oh.
And like before they actually like, hey, this is coming out. I was like, okay, they pre-registered for it. So I've been playing it for I'm probably almost 10 years now. I think I would say 8 years. We'll go 8 years. I'm not sure how. Basically, since it came out, I got pretty much every character except for the ones that you had to like buy money to get it for that special event. I'm like, I am not buying no money, man. I'm cool. I mean, I ain't paying for no money for no games. No. For a free to play game. No, the Chimera. That's what it's called. The Chimera. That's the on ship.
Oh yeah.
His ship was pretty dope. And for a Imperial ship, I was like, But yeah, I mean, it was. I'm gonna have to go with the Millennium Falcon or X-Wing, one of those two, for me. You?
Yeah, so yeah, my favorite above all is definitely the Falcon. I do like the A-Wings though, just because of the old Rogue Squadron game on the Nintendo 64.
Okay.
They were faster than everything else.
Yeah.
So you could they didn't have the same firepower as the X-Wing, but they were faster. So if there was ever a mission where you had to defeat like X number of enemy ties or whatever, I would always pick the A-Wing because you could do that mission a lot better.
Absolutely.
But the Falcon, I love the Falcon because it's like everyone's like, oh, it's cool, it's a smuggler ship. I'm like, nah, that's like. It reminds me of the cars my dad always had. My dad always had these really old junk cars because he was the dad. My mom had my parents each had a car. My mom had the car that was reliable. My dad had the piece of garbage. But like he was always working on the thing and making sure he could get him where he had to go, and like he'd spend his weekends outside messing with it just to make sure that when he needed it, it could get him where he had to go. And that's always the car like. he took me to school, and so for a long time, like it wasn't until I was in almost in high school where my dad had like a really decent car. So I remember growing up, my dad just had these piles of junk that he would keep working on until they did what they had to do, and those are the cars we took vacations in, and I went to school in, and everything else. And that's just like that's what the Falcon is. It's not the Porsche of Star Wars. It's the
It's
old
so faithful.
it's the old wood paneled station wagon that gets you where you gotta go when you gotta get there.
Right? When you get hit against the wall, the barrier on those long nights, but hey, it's still gonna work for you.
Yeah, you hit the Jersey barrier, and it would have destroyed that Camry, but
Yeah,
your Caprice wagon doesn't care. you got a headlight out. That's about it.
exactly. That's the perfect analogy for the Millennium Falcon.
It really is, and that's why I love it. That's it just reminds me of these old because we didn't have that much money, so that we did what we could. We got by with what we had. And my dad always had the car that was kind of a piece of junk because he had to work 40 hours a week. So my mom needed the car that would start every time you put the key in. She didn't have time to be messing with whatever. Whereas my dad would get out there, mess with the throttle, put some starting fluid in it every once in a while. Like, okay, it started. We can go.
See, hey, I mean, that's my grandfather right there. He like, oh no, I make sure it works. He had a Cadillac and did all that stuff, but always was working on it. And he was a mechanic, so it was all good. But still, yeah, no, I get what you mean. I totally get what you're talking about. So, you know what? I just thought about something. TIE fighters are actually pretty cool, and a certain one, I think it's the what is it called? I'm trying to look it up. It's the one that has much more of the sleek, narrow points.
The interceptors?
Yeah, interceptors are like, oh man, I played those. I didn't realize how fast they are, TIE fighters in general. And when I played it in, Battlefront, I was like, oh, these are much faster than I felt like Poe in Force Awakens. Like, ooh, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like these things kick. So,
but they're also made out of aluminum. So,
what's that?
They're also made out of aluminum. So,
man, I see it very lightweight. So, okay, cool. But yeah. So, I mean, those are interesting ships for me. What else? But yeah, I agree with Amber too. Ghost is pretty cool and it's unique.
Yeah, the Ghost is an interesting ship.
Yeah, when I first saw it, the whole I was like, is that a escape pod? Like, no, that's just the attachment to it. I'm like, the phantom part. I was like, oh shit, okay, that's what's up.
Yeah. I'm a little upset about the Razor Crest, to be honest with you.
Man, I was actually pissed off about it too. Like, why y'all blow that up? That was a nice ship. I'm like, they actually showed Boba Fett's ship. I mean, it was cool, but no, yeah. Razor. Slave One.
Slave One's a really cool ship.
It's really, I was like, how do you forget about Slave One?
That's an interesting. Well, because I mean, it's when I was a kid, I was like, what? It just looks like I don't even.
The concept of it just it magic.
Yeah,
like,
it's weird.
Goes your head like, how does it fly like that? It's like it's going against it because like it laid down.
It lands flat and then it stands up to it's.
Yeah, those things was like crazy. I'm like, okay, but no, the favorite thing about Boba Fett's ship is his grenade.
Oh, the sonic.
There's that sound. I was like, ooh. It hits right. So
yeah, it's a very cool thing that they added. I just remember having to fight Slave One, and you ever play Shadows of the Empire on the 64? And you had to fight Slave One.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what? Why? Why am I doing that?
It's like, seriously? You gonna make me fight a ship?
I remember the first time I played it, and I was fighting Boba Fett, and he was kind of hard, so I used like my good ammo on him.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, all right, good, okay. And then it's like, no, fight Slave One now. I'm like, I don't want to. Why? Why am I doing this?
Like, right? Like, why you got me fighting a ship? What the hell is wrong with you?
I was like, no, that's no.
No, that's yeah.
So
It's
I guess it's just repressed memories of my childhood. Why
hey,
I forget
I
about Slave One sometimes.
you got Slave One. I got what was it? Super Star Wars on the NES, Super NES. That was my repressed ones. The second level or the third level, you had to get in the speeder, and do that. It took me almost a week to figure out how to do that. I'm like,
Yeah,
how do you do this? What do you? I was like, so I was going side to side and realized that you had to move forward and actually go. I'm like, oh, I gotta meet the sandcrawler. Okay,
I haven't played those in a while.
those yeah, they're fun games. Spy Slave One and Battlefront Two is also paying. No, yeah, it is. I haven't done the fighting the flying uh campaigns or anything like that or multiplayer on there in a long time. I actually need to get back into that one. What else? So covered ships. Ships are good. What's this one? Only SNES Star Wars I beat legit with. Hey, you know, the Emperor laughing on the game over. Yeah, it was irritating as hell, but it motivated the crap out of me. I was like, I want to kick your ass.
Yeah,
Um,
those SNES games were brutal.
man,
That was still back in the day where they treated console games like uh, arcade ports. It's like put a quarter,
yeah,
and I was like, no, I own it. I bought the whole game. Can I just
right,
play it?
man. It was like they were brutal, like so for real brutal. I was like, man, like this like shouldn't be as hard. Like to this day, I have never officially beat Super Mario, and I
The
used to call
first
myself
one,
the first one, Super Mario Brothers. Yeah,
I think I've
never.
beaten it one time.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, I've never officially beat it. So you better than me on that one. All the other ones that I've played, I've beat it. I'm like that one, I've never officially beat that one.
Yeah, the first one was hard. The first one was real hard.
So what else? Um, favorite song, favorite. So let's take this comment right here first before we get to the favorite song. I used a Game Shark on the other any two NES Star Wars games. Empire was such. It really was a great game. Empire Strikes Back. I can play it over and over and over again. I think do I have that on PS4? If they have, I'm gonna purchase it because I love it. It was literally one of the best SNES games that was Star Wars. I mean, I was like, oh, just everything. You had force powers. You had it's just the level ups. The graphics on it was even more improved. They actually was using the full capacity of the SNES chips. I guess 16-bit. So it was nice. It was really nice. I mean, I was like, okay, cool. It actually captured Star Wars. Had little cut scenes. I was
Yeah, I remember those. Yeah.
like, yeah, it was like, okay, cool. But so yeah, I mean that's pretty cool. Um, man, we can do a whole. This will be real fun. We gonna do a whole. We're just getting ideas now.
Yeah, the old SNES Star Wars games I never actually owned. I borrowed them and I was like, no, I don't got time for this. I want to play a game and actually beat it.
You know what?
Although
Yeah,
I do like an it was the Return of the Jedi where you could be Chewie.
yeah,
And then you could his duck animation was he'd lay down and shoot the bowcaster between his
yeah.
legs. I was
like,
like, what is this?
like really? That taught you? You guys squatting. I'm like, no, yeah, that was fun. Um, that one was fun just for the different characters. Like you had the Leia, Bounty Hunter Leia. You had actual Chewie, Luke, badass Luke. You know, younger. Should we Return of the Jedi Luke? It's on that one. We don't call him Mando Luke. Return of the Jedi Luke. Yeah, that one's just fun. I mean, and by all means, I wasn't really trying to have every game. It was like one of those like you get one every birthday. What you want,
Yeah,
or Christmas,
yeah.
or what you want. Do you really want this? Because this is gonna take you all your gifts. What you want? So yeah, I got that. Oh yeah, man. So favorite song. So Are we talking about canon song, or are we just talking about in general?
There's non-canon songs.
Technically, yeah. Now with TikTok, with all these remixes and everything.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess if you like
Well,
one of those better, I suppose.
hey, so how would you go first on this one? I want to hear you because what you gotta say.
Um, yeah, I think it's just the main title,
Main
like
title.
the main song you hear. Like, there is nothing that will ever come close to sitting in a theater or at home on the couch, and you see the star swipe, and it's just it hits you, and you scroll, and immediately. I mean, there is no other song in all of Star Wars that gives you that same feeling. I mean, there are other songs I love. But, Duel of the Fates is one of those that every time you hear it, you're instantly on Naboo.
Yeah,
Um, but that one there, ugh, every time I just like that I listen to even when I'm not watching Star Wars.
man. It's funny. I can't find it anymore. But my wife accidentally bought me the soundtrack for Star Wars
Nice.
because she before we was even married, and everything
Get out of here with that
right.
Jedi Rocks business. Jedi
That
Rocks.
messed my whole thing in mid sentence. We'll come to that one.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
But so when we were dating, she's like, she got me because she knew I love Star Wars, and so she thought she had bought me the trilogy or the saga on CD DVD. But what she did was she bought the soundtrack. I was like, oh, okay. She's like, you like it? I was like, oh, I like it. She's like, we can watch it sometimes. Like, oh, these are the soundtrack, but I still love it. It's cool. I mean, I listened to it, so it was nice. And I was like, yeah, she's trying, and I love her for that. The fact that she doesn't know anything about Star Wars, and she didn't know anything about Star Wars, and she did that. I was like, all right, she might be that one. She
Yeah.
might be.
I introduced my wife to Star Wars. She had never seen a Star Wars movie until we met.
Yeah, no, same with mine. My wife. So Force Awakens came out.
Yeah.
I was hyped. I was like, oh, yo, like trailers and everything. Like, oh, juice. Oh, Star Wars. I was going freaking ape shit. You know, I mean, even at work, I was like, oh, y'all gotta wait. I was like, it's the new trailers dropping. You gotta wait. You want to watch it with me? It's like, well, we got my phone right here. Hold on. So, but like, she's like, oh yeah, cool. I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be so cool. Cause I'm wondering how this. And she didn't know what I was saying. Cause I was like, I wonder if it's gonna be tied into this and how this will tie into everything with the old stuff. And I was like, well, and it came out that she never watched them. I was like, oh, what? What?
Sorry. Excuse me.
I said, okay, you ain't going to the movies with me unless you watch them. And I shit you. I was like, you gotta watch at least the original trilogies. If you don't watch those, you're not. I got 2 tickets. I will give your ticket to somebody else. I was like, no. So we ended up watching them, and she's like, no, I actually like them. And she actually brought up a good point to me. She's like, we was watching New Hope. It was the first time I ever realized that. She's like, why is Luke Skywalker so damn whiny? I was like, what? And then I stopped, like, oh shit, he is whiny. I was like, wow. But yeah, so
He just wants to pick up some power converters. I mean, is that too much to ask?
Tachi stations. Yeah.
I mean,
Oh.
seriously, if that was your life, you'd probably be pretty whiny yourself.
Yeah, living on a desert, and basically he was pretty much sheltered.
Yeah, I mean, there
He
was
had to
like,
be.
and there was nothing he could do. Like,
It's like, no, you gotta stay here because you got motherfuckers looking for you. Well, they could be looking for you if they find out who you are. So no, it's just chill in the desert. But favorite song. Back to that one real fast. Because I gotta come back to this damn Jedi Rock. Like, we'll address this right here.
oh, hey, wifey's in the chat. Hi, wifey.
Oh yeah. So, Jedi Rocks.
Oh God.
I'm not gonna say that it don't slap, but I'm not gonna say that it slaps. You're entitled to your opinion, sir, and everyone likes certain things. Some people like escargot. I think it's not my taste, but I'm not bashing it because it's Star Wars.
No, it's just.
I think it's unnecessary.
Exactly, and
it was.
Why is it in that part of the movie?
Right? It's like that's a deleted scene.
It's they added that for the special edition.
Yeah.
Like other than the Han scene that they changed in A New Hope, this is probably my least favorite change to all of the special editions. To this day, when I see that, it takes me out of the film because that
it really does. It makes it feel awkward.
That whole arc has the perfect amount of tension, and then Jedi Rocks is just like, oh, and it's like the Super Bowl halftime show of Jabba's palace. Like, what? Why is that there? What does it do for the movie?
Exactly. I didn't get it. Like that was my first thing. Like, it's like somebody forced you to go to a strip club that you didn't want to go to. It was like, why are we here?
Yeah, what are we doing? I'm sorry.
I was like, okay, whatever. But so yeah, I mean, it was. Yeah, I mean, I didn't understand it either, but it is what it is.
And I think, and it's not so much the song; it's the scene.
Yeah,
like the song is that song could have been playing in the background at like during that scene, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely, and I agree 100% with that one. It could have easily been playing in the background, and just like, well, I didn't understand the whole like really having that fuzzy dude on the mic and having him there and just putting him in the scene and having them just going screaming and well singing, screaming. I'm like, that's I'm cool. I could have really done without that and been fine. Had one of the deleted scenes that you took out instead and put that in there. So, but yeah, but for me, song, yes, I agree. The intro that hits. That's a classic. That's in a class of its own, and I love Yub Nub. I mean, I will never not love Yub Nub. I mean, Yub Nub is. I will knock that forever. Like that's my celebration song. No matter what. Like, man, slap Yub Nub. Let's go. Like, I might have that actually at my 40th birthday next month. I'm like, slap Yub Nub. Hit that on repeat. We let's go. Like the full John Williams version. Let's go. But there's actually a remix of a I've been using a lot for some of my TikToks, and I don't remember her name. I'm gonna give her credit, but she did a remix, and it was beautiful. Like even people who doesn't like Star Wars, they're like, this, it's just it hits right, and I'll try to play it or upload it to YouTube as well as short, as a short or something like that, but. I cried the first time I heard it, like a couple months ago, because I was actually driving when I was listening to it in my earpiece, and I had it playing, and I was checking something, and that played. I was like, and I was by myself, and I actually cried because it inspired me. Two, it actually started, and then it climaxed, and then hit, and brought you back down. Perfectly, and 60 seconds. It brought me to so many freaking emotions. I was like, how the fuck am I crying in my car? I was like a tear came out. Like, what is going on? And I don't know, because I guess I'm getting old now, so whatever, it is what it is. But that was a good song. Like I said, I can't. Can I play it? No, I can't play it right now. But I'll cue it up some other time. But yes, the intro that always hits great because that's just motivation. Like when you get that, you see that green Lucas films,
yeah,
and then it fizzles away, and you get, bah! I was like, oh yes, vibrate through my body. It brings nostalgia, it brings excitement, it brings everything all in one. It's like boom. So I agree that the intro Star Wars it's slap. Let's see. That Jedi rocks. Amber says kind of obsessed with the Battle of Crates because it pulls up. Yeah, that's a good one too. Oh yeah, Amber got some taste. Okay. Um, there's wifey.
Yes. Wifey's in the chat. Which
Thank you
must mean
again,
the kids
wifey.
are in bed.
Melissa, appreciate the shirts. It's beautiful. It
Oh,
fits like a
yes.
charm. Makes me feel kind of bulk and like buff. I'm like, oh yeah. At the same time, sleek and sexy. Yeah, Luke Skywalker is whiny. I'm like, I didn't realize how fucking whiny he was. And like, I started listening to him, like, wow, he's really fucking whiny. Oscar. Yes. Yeah. Wow. When you think about it, yeah, right. Anakin's whiny. He's cocky, but he's whiny. He didn't get his way real bad. Luke, Ben, he's a solo, but he's still a Skywalker. Yeah. Wow.
Apparently.
Hey. Which one's this one? I'm kidding, but I just don't think it's bad. I mean, hey, like I said, I don't hate it, but I can do without it. I mean, there's only one thing I can't stand in Star Wars. Can you guess what that is? Jar Jar Binks. I can't stand his ass.
Ah. See, I don't mind him.
Like in the Phantom Menace, and the other ones, I'm like, you're cool. All right, I can deal with you. But in Phantom Menace, I was like, bro, y'all could have did better on this one. Like, and I get that it was geared towards the kids to keep them entertained and all that stuff because every Star Wars has something towards the kids besides the pod racing and all that stuff. I was like, I'm cool. I can really do without you. I was like, all right.
See, I don't. I mean, he's not my favorite character. I don't mind him.
Hate's a strong word. My least favorite character. I'll go with that one.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
Because hate is a strong word. I shouldn't use the word hate because that leads to fear and all that good stuff and suffering. Yes, love it. Thank you very much.
I will say that I'm very impressed with the composer for The Mandalorian.
Bro.
First of all, the main theme to Mandalorian is awesome, and then
super slap.
bringing dubstep in for the Death Troopers theme, like, and it's good. Like,
yeah.
It's good. It fits.
Yeah. It really does.
Yeah, he's putting in work over there.
He ain't playing. No, it's. I was like impressed. Like that whole introduction, like, I'm like, is this a Western or is it what was it? It's like it's that slap. Then yes, the Death Troopers, the dub slap part. That I'm like, how are you pulling this off? Like who? Okay, it just.
I mean, eventually they are going to have to replace John Williams. I mean, he's what?
I just thought about
80s?
that too, man. Oh my! I was like, all this music. Like, wait, John Williams. He's won multiple Academy Awards and Grammys for his music and for Star Wars. I wouldn't say Grammys. Academy Awards and Oscars for his music.
Yeah.
For Star Wars. I'm like, I thought about it. Oh, he's pretty up there. Yeah.
Yeah, he's. I want to say late 80s. I'm not 100% sure, but like, eventually they're gonna have to, like, they're gonna do the Darth Vader stuff, but unless they find another voice actor, the Darth Vader stuff's gonna be over because James Earl Jones is in his late 80s.
Bro, yeah, and that's gonna hurt right there
because it's just a matter of time, really. So,
see, I'll say this like this: with all the technology, what the actors can actually do, if they really wanted to make money after they die and like pass on to their family, with all the technology, they can actually like do voice recordings and have it synthesized in different tones and everything, and say, all my royalties get passed on to my family, to my family, to my family, to my. Because Star Wars is gonna be here until we die, unless Disney goes under, and I don't think that's happening anytime soon because they got the Infinity Entertainment Gauntlet going on right now. So
someone tried to convince me a while ago that Disney was headed under, and I'm like, you're out of your mind. And this was like 2007, back when Blu-ray launched, and they were like, I was like, Blu-ray's got everything.
yeah,
And they were like, no, they're like, it's just got Disney, and they're going in a tailspin right now. I'm like, dude, you are high. Please don't ever tell somebody how to invest money.
right. I'm like, man, like wherever you got, give me some, because that's some good shit. Because if you thinking Disney going under, like, nah, Disney's saving people. Disney's like, nah, we go. Disney ain't stupid. Disney know exactly what they was doing.
Disney did. I don't know how they did it, but they.
Bro, like I sworn off Disney. Like at 12 years old, I swore off Disney. I was like, I went to Disney. My mom took me to Disney. She's a single parent. Took me and my sister to Disney, and me and my sister both had. It was, I guess, I don't know if they have them now. I haven't been there since. It's called Disney Dollar or Disney Bucks. It had Mickey Mouse on it.
Yeah, okay.
And we all had $100 worth of Disney bucks. It wasn't $100 USD. It just said $100 Disney. I was like, all right. So we used it to get a souvenir. I was about to leave. What the hell? For $100, I get a pencil in the shape of Mickey Mouse. That's where I learned the value of money. Was Disneyland. I was like, thanks Disney for giving me a financial education lesson. So, and I was like, I swore off that day. I was like, this is so sad because I thought I had a lot of money for $100, Disney bucks. Because I thought the US dollars would be worth more than damn Disney bucks, but they didn't make it like that. So I was like, I'm done with Disney. I'm cool. Nope. I watch TV shows, but I'm not. Nope. I'm never coming back again. And I've never been to that. I'm 40. And that was 12. I'm about to be 40 next month. I've never been back since. I gotta go now because Star Wars was. But still, I was like, you guys figure out how to get me back. Okay. And my daughter loves Frozen and all that stuff. So I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. Well,
eventually.
Yeah. So I'll be there.
You're a bit closer than I am.
Oh yeah, I'm 8 hours away. I'm in North California.
Yeah, the closest one for me is carry the two, like 24 hours if I was to drive there.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a drive. Yeah, I've never been to Disney World.
That's depending on traffic too. So like,
shit, I can't do driving 24 hours. I'm cool. I've driven to Vegas and that took 9 hours. I'm like, that's from where I'm at. I'm like, that's a long drive. But yeah, so what else? We had some songs, duels. Favorite duels.
Ooh, yeah.
This is a hard one. This is a real hard one.
Like a top 5.
Okay, thank you, because I can't just narrow it down.
You can't pick one. You can't pick.
No, it's. I mean, I know a lot of people talk shit about the Obi and Annie duel on Revenge of the Sith. That's a good one. It's a real good one.
That is a good one.
Most recently, I do like the Ahsoka and Ministrate off of the Mando one. That one was interesting. I was like, I was more like a samurai showdown type of duel. I like the choreograph and just how the setting of it. I was like, okay, that's cool. I love the Ahsoka Vader. I don't care what anybody says. I love the Ahsoka Vader. Like, I had chills.
That's a good one.
I was like, oh my God. And my Vader's like, Ahsoka. I was like, no. Like, Anakin. I was like, oh. So that was a good one.
And then she hits his face. And
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, full. But I'm trying to. There's a lot of them though, dude. Like what's like? I mean, the Kylo Luke was the
Oh, that's one of my favorites. Yeah,
Everything about
that
it,
duel
like
on crate.
yeah, that was it was beautifully done. I was like, oh, that's dope. And I'm trying to think. There's another one that even the Ahsoka Maul was a good one.
That's a really good fight too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, see, yeah. My bad. I didn't see it, but yeah, he said Ahsoka Maul. Ahsoka Maul was a good one. I was like, man, like it went for a while. It went as long as the Anakin Ben fight, Obi-Wan cannot fight, as just as long. So I was like, man, but yeah, man, it's I can't really pick a favorite, but yeah, those are some of my top ones right there. What about yourself?
So I think I'll do a top. I don't know, three. Um, the Battle of the Heroes is an absolute great fight. Anakin versus Obi Wan. It gets a little long at the end, but it's still one of my favorites. That's one of the greatest. Then you have Duel of Fates, which is that is probably the best choreographed fight in live action Star Wars, as far as I'm concerned. Um, and the story impact is fantastic. Um, then you have the battle on the fight on Crate. That is probably my second favorite fight in Star Wars.
Hmm.
It's so beautiful. The reason I love that fight is because Luke shows up and he's already messing with Ben. He shows up looking like the last time Ben had seen him. Not the last time, not the last what he actually looks like. He shows up looking like the last time Ben had seen him.
Yeah.
And he's not carrying his own lightsaber.
Nope.
He's carrying the Anakin lightsaber. So he's already messing with him.
Yeah.
And then, instead of actually fighting him, he's just dodging every single one of his attacks.
Yes.
And it's like, wait a minute, like you weren't like this when I knew you.
Hmm.
And then it's the reveal that it's not even really him.
Bro, like that right there was like
And
I was like,
that
okay, this
is
is
like,
cool, but yeah,
and you're just like the whole time you're watching, I'm like, wow, Luke's really stepped up his game since the last time we saw him.
I
Like
like
he couldn't do that. He couldn't do this in return, and then you're like, oh shit. Like, cause I didn't catch it at first either. Because when I go to a movie, I'm just watching the things on screen. I'm not trying to figure out what's going on.
yeah,
Like I try to figure out what's going on after I see it. So when I watched it, and then they show you that it's not even him, and you're just like, oh shit. And
and
then my absolute favorite fight of all time is Luke versus Vader on the second Death Star. Hands down. Doesn't have the best choreography, but that again isn't the point of the fights in Star Wars. That is again my favorite, because at first he's not going to fight him.
yeah,
He's like, I'm not going to fight you, and then they start shooting his friends, and he's like, okay, now I have to fight you. And then he's like, no, I'm becoming like you. I'm not going to fight you. And then he threatens Leia, and he's like, no, okay, now I'm going to fight you.
he's not. Yeah, yeah, boy, it's not.
It's that constant that I love Return of the Jedi, because it's this constant struggle towards do the right thing, protect your friends. Like it's this constant draw to the dark side that Luke's always had. So I love the way they play with that the entirety of Return of the Jedi. They're always reminding you that that's there, and that's why fighting Vader is his Jedi trial, because if he can't defeat Vader without falling to the dark side, he'll never be a Jedi.
Yeah, that's a good fight. That I agree, it's a good fight, and I'm just thinking about it right now. Like they're hearing the music, John Williams again, the all the humming, like and like as they're like doing, and the silhouettes and everything. I'm like, oh man, when he snaps with the whole Leia thing, that fight was
Yeah, that's
yeah, that's a good fight because it just captures everything, captures the emotion, and that's I think that's what about Star Wars is like so cool, is that it captures the emotions through music, and not just through visual. Like everything together makes it. So, but yeah, that fight, yeah, and then between father and son, and
Yeah, yeah.
it's like you're fighting for that literally was a fight for family,
Yes. Yeah.
literally from both sides. Because one, I didn't like, and I always wanted to do a topic about this one too, but that the Vader and Luke, that whole scene is like you can see Anakin just pulling out, like, nah, man, I'm not letting you just take this one. This is my last bit of Padme, and it's so yeah. I mean,
That was at the end. See, a lot of people interpret him blocking the strike on
Emperor.
the Empire there. He's like, oh, he's saving his son. Like, no, he's saving himself. Like, and especially if you have seen
I was like,
the last of the comic panels from this run, um, Vader understands that if Luke kills the Emperor, then the Emperor is going to take over Luke's body, and he's going to become even more powerful than he already is. And the one thing Vader doesn't want to do is serve the Emperor anymore. He is over it. So I don't think him blocking that strike is for his son. I don't think he gets there until the very, very end. The whole thing I think he's trying to do in that fight is turn Luke so that he and Luke can kill the Emperor. It's not until the end of that fight when he realizes that, oh no, this really is my last bit of Padme. And when he doesn't end it, he's like, okay, yeah, wait a minute. I don't think it's till the end of that fight. I have a different interpretation of that myself.
that's an interesting theory and an interesting interpretation of that one. That's well, I'm not going to go any further on that one because I want to, because we can get in a whole other hour on that itself.
Yeah.
So, um, but no, and like I said, this is like I'm going to review this whole podcast and just like pick out topics and stuff that we can go over too again, because we got some good stuff in there. We touched on a lot of good stuff. Um, what else? So your favorite duel, most excited for. So this is a
Yeah,
good one.
what project? Because I go back and forth a bunch, but I think I
So
settled
for
on a new one
sure,
finally.
I'll tell you this for sure: Ahsoka
Yeah.
and the Acolytes.
Yep.
And the reason why we hear so much about the Force and the light side and the Jedi side, but there's more to the dark side than people realize, and there's more. Like everyone touches like I said, it's a balance. People are like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, okay, we just choose not to use the dark side. Ezra used the dark side on accident through his emotions. That's why the whole Jedi was like, oh, don't have attachments. I mean, they're not saying ignore your emotions, but they say ignore your emotions. Don't feed into your emotions. But there's just so much to it. So I can't wait to see the thoughts and the process for the Acolyte and the dark side. Like why? Hell, this might be Ventress origin story. Who knows? Going canon or something like that. I wouldn't say origin story, but like to really see what happens on the dark side as an apprentice on the dark side, and not like as apprentice of a Sith. Like the rule of two. No, this like somebody who's using the dark side and learning the because Acolyte to me is a head canon to me. It makes me think of the Old Republic, the video game, because they had a whole group of acolytes. That's like a Padawan for the dark side.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they probably change it up and do something different. But so super excited about that because there's so much stuff, and even with the Force and the Force abilities and Jedi's and everything like that, and dark side and Sith and all that stuff. Force abilities, they teeter on the line for certain things. You know, I mean, we'll get more into that on another podcast, but it's just like force, a force push. It's basically, it's almost, or a force pull. That's like a force choke, but you're just using it differently. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's the same concept. So it's just, yeah. I mean, so I'm super excited for those two. Those are the two I'm super excited for. I mean, I know that we're getting movies coming out, but I'm like, of course, Mando 3. Mando 3, like, oh shit, maybe we'll go with that.
Everybody. Yeah.
But Ahsoka show and Acolyte. I mean, I know Visions is coming out. That's gonna be like an anime type thing. But I'm like, I don't care about that one. Visions is like
that's gonna be 6 hour long anime.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
I'll watch it. I mean, I like it, but I'm like, it's like the most excited. I'm sticking with the Ahsoka show and the Acolytes.
I'm really excited for the Rogue Squadron movie. I can't wait.
That is coming out, huh?
That. Yeah, that's, I don't know, who knows when, but I love airplanes, so.
Okay, that's interesting.
So seeing stars, I've always loved the starfighter stuff, so that's always been some of my favorite parts of Star Wars, and we don't get to see enough of it. Like we see some, but it's always like, a couple minutes here and there, and then it's like, oh, let's go talk about what's going on the ground. I'm like, no, I can't. Can we just stay up here for a little while? So to see a whole movie while we're of that is really exciting for me, if they can, depending on what they do, but I think it'll be good. And then I'm really excited for the Acolyte. I did a video on this, I think, yesterday. We are long overdue to really get into the dark side and the Sith traditions and seeing what training's like. We don't have any of that. Not on screen at all. Like, you see a little bit of Sith alchemy, you see a little bit of the Night Sisters in the Clone Wars, but you don't really see what's going on when it comes to a Sith Lord training an apprentice. And we know it's a female-led movie, and I don't have all the visual dictionary, so I don't know which female Sith are canon. Because I know in one of the visual dictionaries, Darth Revan has been made canon in name. I believe Plagueis, at least Darth Plagueis is canon in name. His book isn't anymore. So I'm just wondering, like, what they're gonna do. Is this Darth Treya, or who is it? Because I don't know which female Sith are canon. I don't know if they're just gonna do something completely new. I believe it's supposed to take place towards the end of the High Republic, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Yeah. Can anyone confirm that in chat as to exactly when it takes place? It's either at the end of the High Republic or into the Late Republic somewhere. So it's like it could lead into Plagueis. Maybe they're making Plagueis female. We don't know, but I really think it's time to get into the dark side of the Force. We've had 9 movies, 2 TV shows about the Jedi and the light side. It's really time to explore the dark side. It's past due. We're overdue for it, and I really hope that they do that, and it's not just action and intrigue. I really would like to dig into the dark side lore, because we really do not have enough of it. Because everything's centered on the heroes. I mean, that's kind of how it always is. So, yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
No, yeah, and I'm right there with you, because it's you're right. It says right. I'm looking at Star Wars fandom. Don't quote me on this. It's Star Wars fandom.
Yeah.
Is this Wiki? So the show will focus on the emergence of dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic era.
So yeah, it's right before the prequel trilogy because that's, I guess I'm quoting Element, and what he said is that the High Republic ends basically when Dooku leaves the Jedi Order. So that's a few years before the prequel trilogy.
So they could either retcon it, or not even, I want to say retcon, they use that word. They could make it as what's her name, Asajj Ventress.
No, that wouldn't work because
No,
Asajj doesn't become Asajj isn't born until
no, yeah, because that's actually canon that how she got found and everything, right? Her
yeah,
story.
that's in
Sorry,
Dark
canon.
Disciple.
So yeah,
Have you read Dark Disciple yet?
no, I haven't read Dark Disciple.
Oh my god, go read it. It's one of the 4 Star Wars books I've read so far, and it is awesome.
Is that good, huh? All right.
I mean, I don't know. They're all awesome in their own way. I don't know. I've really been enjoying them. But yeah, Dark Disciple is an amazing look into the just Asajj as a character because we don't get that in the Clone Wars. We just get her as a villain.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
seeing Asajj as a character is really interesting.
I agree 100%. Because the fact that she was able to like be like, oh, I'm Sith, or oh, I'm an assassin, I'm dark side, I'm evil, to went to like, I'm just a bounty hunter, and Ahsoka, I'll help you out because I know the pain of being having your back turned on you. So what's up? I'm like, oh shit. So she's not really that bad. She just was raised on the wrong side of the tracks, so to say.
Well, yeah. So if you read Dark Disciple, see, I don't want to spoil it for you.
No, I know the premise of it. I mean, I know that she, the whole thing with her and that I forget the Jedi's name, the guy,
Yeah.
she fell in love with him and all that stuff, and they're supposed to go back
Oh
and
no,
kill.
you don't. I'm not gonna spoil how. So you got to go read it. Like
All
I
right,
can't because if you really like her backstory is one of the and Star Wars is full of tragedy, but her
yeah,
backstory is one of the most tragic in all of Star Wars.
damn,
And I'm not like it rivals Obi-Wan Kenobi for tragic stories.
it's just pretty tragic.
Yeah, it's like you read this and you're like, no, no shit, like no wonder. And there's a creator, There Will Be Nick, and he was like, are there any non-evil dark side users? And I brought up Asajj. I'm like, like if you watch the Clone Wars, yeah, she's when she's in the grips of Dooku, she's very evil. But if you read Dark Disciple, like no, she's way more complicated than that.
Might check it out. I mean, like I
Yeah, I
said,
highly recommend it.
I'm not a big reader, like because I know that takes a lot of time for me to read something. That's like I gotta sit there and actually read it, and I'm gonna absorb everything. So I can read through a book. I've always been this way. I can read through a book and not retain anything, and I read the whole damn thing. Literally read through it and retain less than 20% of it. And for me to retain that, like a big part of it is like it has to be captivating. Like oh my god.
No,
Um,
it's very very.
okay, I'll check it out. Um, but yeah, okay, shoot. But yeah, the Alkalite. So that's I'm gonna be interested in that one. Amber said whatever trilogy Ryan Johnson's supposed to be doing after The Last Jedi, I want to see him do more. That's good.
Yeah.
We don't know if he's doing the Old Republic or it's going to be part of the High Republic because they're making the books. No one said the script's out.
We don't know. We don't know if he's.
Yeah.
We don't even know if he's still doing it because when that was announced, I don't know if they ever signed a contract.
Let me see.
It's just not canceled, as far as I understand
Yeah.
it. And Disney, I guarantee you, Disney's going to give that a few more years, or Lucasfilm, I should say,
Let's see.
because of
They're
the
like
Last
sell
Jedi
down. Yeah.
nonsense.
They're like, hey, right now, that's why they're pushing the Disney app a lot right now. So like, let everything sell down. We can just do the stuff and make money with this animation, all stuff like that. So
Yeah,
Uh,
they're trying to give us reasons to have the Disney Plus and not just get the 30-day trial that a
okay,
lot of people
so
did.
yeah, I wouldn't pay a year for that one. I was like, screw it, because when they said all this, everything else coming out with Marvel and Star Wars, I'm like, just take it here, just take my money right now. Screw it.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I've been I was fortunate they gave away a year. The first year it was out, they gave away a year with your Verizon subscription. And I was like,
oh,
well,
nice,
okay, I'll take a year of that. And then this year I was like, well, with all this, like now I'm hooked on it. My kids are
right?
watching all the movies. I'm watching all the Star Wars, and then WandaVision
Oh
and
yeah,
Captain America and the Winter Soldier and Bad Batch and then Loki, and it's like they're just like, here, have content. I'm like, okay, I can't watch it all.
man.
It went literally, that app went from like there's nothing on here unless you have kids
Yeah,
to have fun trying to watch it all.
man. It's like I agree. It's crazy because it's like I gotta set times to watch it. I'm like, nah, I gotta force myself to watch this one because it's so good. Um, I did a TikTok saying that should be Disney's missing out on a big opportunity the whole TGIF thing again because they can like really,
Yeah, yeah. I
hey,
saw that. I saw that.
release every Friday, boom, 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 make this happen.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
I guess they're giving. I guess they're moving Loki to Wednesday nights.
yes, yes, stupid.
Uh, it is and it
Why?
isn't. Because they don't want to compete with Bad Batch. They want people watching the Bad Batch.
It's going to step over
Because
the Bad
Loki's going
Batch.
to come out in what, 2 weeks? I think.
Is it 2 weeks?
Yeah, I know it's like I thought it was like the middle of June. So
Oh, okay.
they don't want people not watching the Bad Batch and watching Loki, and they don't want people. And honestly, I don't think they want people crashing their servers because there
Good
is a
point.
bit of a gap between who watches
Yes.
Marvel and who watches Star Wars, and if everybody's doing it, if
Well,
everybody who watches this and this is on their servers at the same time, because there's the people who stay up late and watch it as soon as it airs, and if everyone who
get
does
that.
that is on their servers at that while they're uploading it.
That's what's interesting because like I've tried to watch it a couple times. Like it was Falcon Winter Soldier, and their server crashed. It was
Yeah,
like, nope, you gotta wait. I'm like, what's going on? Like, it's like, nope,
yeah,
sorry, we're having
I
issues. We're
believe
having
it.
issues. I'm like, and it was the last two Fridays ago. The same thing with the Bad Batch. I'm like, the hell. I said, well, I'm paying
Yeah,
good money for.
yeah. If you're trying to watch it on launch, I think there might be some server issues. I think they realize that, and they're like, we can have the servers be slow, but we cannot have them crash.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I
Um,
mean, I don't think, and I don't, I honestly don't think even Disney expected WandaVision to do as well as it did.
yeah,
I mean, maybe they did, but I didn't expect it. I didn't expect it to be that good. First of all,
I didn't either. But at the same time, I was very hopeful. So I was like, okay, we'll see where this go. And everybody was shitting on it. And I was like, I'll just watch it. Let's see what happens. But then when it picked up, like, oh shit, okay, this is good stuff. It's more in depth. So I mean, I liked it. It was cool. Um, but yeah. Um, so IGN says that this is in February of 2021. It's still reportedly confirmed that Ryan Johnson still has his trilogy, Star Wars trilogy, is happening.
yeah,
There
yeah,
isn't any
I
set
saw that
dates.
back in February, but it's one of those like
Yeah. So we'll see.
it'll be here eventually. One of
I
those
think
like
they'll
it's
probably
like
let more information about it at the Star Wars celebration.
yeah, yeah, very possibly. And like I said, I really want to see another set of movies with Ray, Finn, and Poe, but none of them are coming back.
You,
Daisy Ridley said maybe. Daisy
yeah, she
Ridley,
at first said no,
Daisy,
and then she said maybe yeah, and now I'm like,
yeah,
we'll see.
Daisy Ridley said never say never. But John Boyega and Oscar Isaac are done, which is a shame because those two characters I love those two characters. So it's one of
I'll
those
say
things where
this
how do you do a story about Rey without them? It'd be like having Luke Skywalker
without Han and Leia.
without Han and Leia. I mean, I guess
You
you can do
can,
it.
but it's like eventually, I don't know. You need to bring them in if it's going to be. Like I said, never say never. I mean, Disney. When you got Disney money, all John wants is for them to make it right. That's what John wants. He's pissed
Yeah.
off that that character got the character plot or development got shafted um, for Finn, and I agree, it sucks. But this would be their opportunity to make it right. So I'm like,
Yeah. I think that has more to do, honestly. Like I'm not gonna speculate on anyone's intentions, but it feels to me like the rise of Skywalker was the way it was simply because of Carrie Fisher's passing.
yeah, oh yeah,
I highly like. I think Finn had a different role. I think they all did. I think the majority of them I think it was a very different story, and then Carrie
absolutely.
Fisher passed, and they were like, okay, all we shot so far are some of the scenes with Ray. What do we do? You know what I mean?
I agree 100% because actually 1,000% on that one because Carrie Fisher was a big part of this was her movie. So
Yeah, yeah.
Force Awakenings was Han's movie. Like, let's kill off Han. The whole saga was let the past die.
Hmm.
So kill off Han. Last Jedi, kill off Luke. Carrie Fisher was she was going to die.
Hmm.
Not well, Princess Leia was
Leia,
going to
yeah.
die. But it was going to be her story.
Hmm.
But that just messed. Like, when she passed, God rest her soul. It just threw everything. JJ had to come in there and say, "I gotta fix all this shit." Oh my god, what can we work with? And so yeah, I agree that. I mean, I wasn't there. I mean, I don't know if they have more insight. They saw the original script or what, but I wasn't there. I mean, so it could have been. I believe that it was very heavily depending on Carrie Fisher's or Princess Leia's whole role, and that just had everything in a tailspin. So we had to. This doesn't make sense. So I don't even think Palpatine was supposed to come back until she passed. Tell the truth,
Well,
but
they have said. I think Kathleen Kennedy and a couple of the other members of the story team have said that was kind of
a guarantee.
the full circle moment.
Oh, Palpatine came back.
Yeah, Ray's parentage wasn't 100% until they actually started filming. Probably even after. But I mean,
See,
people lodge that complaint, and it's like you do realize that like it wasn't until after they started filming that George went ahead and really solidified that Vader was going to be Luke's dad.
oh yeah,
Like they were filming Empire when that decision was finalized.
yeah. It was like the last minute, like, okay, he's gonna use that. They're like, what? Where I see that that was TikTok. I don't know if that's real or not, but like, Mark Hamill didn't even know that was happening until that scene was about to come up. Like, hey, well, we're about to shoot this.
Oh no, that's real. They told him right before they filmed the scene.
No
They
shit.
didn't want any. They didn't want anybody to know, and they told him like you cannot tell anybody because the line that his name is it's David Prowse, right? Who was in the
Yeah,
suit. Yeah, the line that he says is that he says Obi-Wan killed your father. That's the line he actually delivers on set. It's not until in the recording booth with James Earl Jones that they actually say the real line. So the only people who knew on set were George, the director, and Mark Hamill.
wow.
And they told him you can't tell anybody. And so there was an interview. They're like, "Did you tell Carrie?" He's like, "No." He's like, "If you want a secret to get out, that's the first person you tell."
And see, and
So
no, I
yeah,
get
I
that.
mean, nobody knew. So that's why when it came out, it was such a huge surprise to audiences because like if anyone had heard that while they were filming, that would have got out. I mean, regardless of not having the internet.
Yeah,
So yeah, the line that's delivered in front of everyone because nobody on set knew was Obi-Wan killed your father, and then you get Mark Hamill's reaction, and that again is why I say that Mark Hamill is probably one of the best actors of his generation. Like he delivers the perfect response to being told Anakin's Darth Vader's his dad, and he doesn't even get to hear the line.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I didn't know that part. That's
Oh yeah. Nobody knew, it was a huge secret.
and I mean I know Mark Hamill's a great actor. I mean, trust me. I mean, if people like before they didn't give him a lot of credit. Oh well, you're just stereotyped for Star Wars. That's who you are. You're Luke Skywalker, and that's why he went a lot of the route of the voice acting. He's just he's so talented. It's just
Oh
so
yeah.
amazing, and I mean, I remember the first time I learned that you ever saw the movie The Guyver.
A long time ago.
When I realized that Mark Hamill was the guy, I was like, "That's Luke Skywalker." I was like, "What the hell?" I was like, "Oh, okay, cool."
I remember when I learned he was the Joker in the animated series. I was
Right?
like, no way.
That was amazing. I was like, "Oh man!" I was like, um, I did a fun fact on TikTok because somebody was talking about. I'm not sure if you watched the anime or not anime cartoon, whatever you want to call it, Invincible on Amazon.
I haven't watched that yet.
Oh, it is good. I'm thinking about even collecting the comic because of it, but it's good. It's really good. And I was I was doing some work on my computer and I was listening on the background. I was playing it, and I heard a voice, and I stopped mid sentence. I was like, "That sound." They caught my attention. Like that sounded like Luke Skywalker. Oh wait, that's like a little bit mixture of Luke Skywalker and mixture of the Joker from Batman animated series. I'm like, so I had to go back and like Google like who played Art, the costume creator in Invincible. Sure enough, Mark Hamill. I was like,
Yeah,
that's that. Just it stopped me in my tracks. Like, holy shit. Okay, cool.
I really would like to see Mark Hamill get together with Michael Keaton and do a Batman Beyond movie. Like they gotta do it.
Man, that'd be dope.
Yeah,
That'd be
Michael
so
Keaton's been
dope.
having they both have been having a career revival, and this would be the best time. I don't know if you've seen Birdman with Michael
I
Keaton.
yeah. I did.
Yeah, that's a really good movie.
It is.
I was not expecting it to be that good, or for him to be that good in it, because you think Michael Keaton and you think all the stuff he did, uh, well, in the '90s. Although like the Batman, he was good, but then you see, like he made all those stupid like family movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He sort of got typecast as that, and then you don't see him again until now. Really, I mean,
No, exactly. I mean, and
like he did a bunch of stuff. He did Johnny Dangerously, which was one of the most absurd movies I've ever seen in my life. Have you ever seen that? It's a
I did.
ridiculous movie.
I
Yeah,
actually kind of liked it because it was so corny.
it's wicked. It's just ridiculous. It's one of the most ridiculous movies I've ever seen in my life. It's like, are you aware that your last name is an adverb?
That was Gary. That was old school stuff. I found out on accident. I was watching HBO as a kid. I was like, I'm like, what the hell is this? Okay.
Yeah, I remember I was watching it. I didn't even turn it on. My brother was home. He's 10 years older than me, and he put it on. I'm like, what in the world are you watching? He's like, Johnny Dangerously. I'm like, Dangerously what? He's like, no, that's just the name of the movie. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh man,
But
that's a good one.
and Peter Boyle, rest in peace. That man's a legend himself.
Yeah, no, you found that one. Um, man, it's almost 2 hours on this one. That's nice. Um, so we did both excited for it. So we're both excited for the Acolytes and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Ahsoka show.
I really need
Um,
them to come out and do that.
yeah, I mean that's like I'm like, come on, let's get this going like ASAP. Um, trying to think what else. Am I excited for anything else? Um, honestly, I'm excited. I'm excited to go to Disneyland. For the first time because of Star Wars Land and all that
Yeah,
stuff like that.
I don't know when I'm going to be able to go. Um, I want to take the kids. I'm not sure if they're ever going to be up for that. Neither one of them likes crowds, and neither one of them really likes rides right now. So
Gotcha.
I was thinking about waiting 3 years. I think I'm gonna maybe in a year, or maybe 2 years, 2 summers from now, I'm gonna take the kids down the road to Six Flags, see if they can handle that.
Yeah.
Because if they can't handle Six Flags, they're not gonna be able to handle Disney. But my wife was like, "Listen,
No,
if the kids end up not wanting to go, here's what we'll do. For the kids' vacation, we'll take them to New Jersey. We'll do the safari because they'll love that. And then and then she's like, you and I will leave the kids with your mom, and we'll go for a few days, and we'll go visit Galaxy's Edge."
my mom. It's funny. It's a second. No, yeah. My mom's like, oh well, we should do a family trip, and let's. First, she was like, do a Disney cruise. I ain't doing a damn Disney cruise. I ain't taking the kids for a cruise. First time I'll go to a cruise. Never been to a cruise, so I want to go cruise with my wife, myself first. I was like,
Yeah.
nah. She's like, well, let's do a Disney trip. I'm like, do you think I'm rich? So like marketing does some good stuff, but I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's that's why I'm gonna have to save money for like 3 years to
right?
take my kids to Disney because it's not cheap.
It's. I mean,
There are ways to save money.
no, yeah. People make TikToks on how to go to Disney on budgets. Like I actually follow a couple of them, so I'll
But
let you
it's
know.
just one of those things where it's like if I go, I'm gonna have to go to Savi's workshop. If I take my kids, that's three.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's almost $1,000 right there just to go
no,
to
that is
Savi's with three
$1,000.
people.
Oh yeah.
So it's
My
like, do I really?
yeah, you
That's a
ain't
thousand. That's $1,000 before I've even bought tickets because
to
I
enjoy
know.
Disneyland.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
to go to Galaxy's Edge, I know if I go, it's just one of those things. I'm gonna want one. Like I'm gonna. I'm not gonna use it like I use my level up. I'm not gonna swing it around. It's gonna sit on my wall somewhere because that's what it's for.
yeah.
But if I go, I'm gonna go and do that. And so it's like 200. It's $200 or $300 to build the saber, and you also got to buy the kyber crystal. So it's almost $400.
No,
That's
yeah,
before I've bought a ticket.
it really is. And my niece and nephew, they went with their kids, and he's like, "Oh, have you went?" Yes, and no. He said, it's so awesome. You gotta go. You'll love it because you're a big Star Wars fan. He said, but I saw a family. He's like, I saw a family of five um, walk out there with like 4, 5 lightsabers. No, I think he's at 6 lightsabers and a family of five. So somebody got an extra one. And I was like, he says, and those things are like at least $300 to $400 a pop. I'm
Hmm.
like,
Yeah.
oh
Oh
no.
yeah.
Like it
Oh yeah.
depends on how in depth you go with it. I'm like, oh wow, that's crazy. So yeah, I mean it's
Now I don't know if you get a kyber crystal just for going to Savi's. I don't know, but
nah, that's you go there, you and no, you buy it, and this
you,
is
you,
from what I
you
hear.
might get. Yeah, I don't know. I know you can buy extra. Like you can buy after you've bought your lightsaber. I think you might get. I think that might be included in the price of the saber. I don't know.
Hmm.
I've seen different things on YouTube. I can't remember, but it's still like it's like $300 for a lightsaber. They make you pick a style, and then you can buy. I know you can buy extra parts, Xanatos. I'm just wondering. I'm just talking about the kyber. I don't know if you get one as part of your saber.
Gotcha.
Or like as this because there's a upfront cost to go to Savi's. It's I think it's 200, and I don't know if that includes the kyber crystal or not. I can't remember. I
That's
think
great.
it's 200 just like you pick, and then you have a choice of a knitter. Like you like pick a category. I've seen someone go through the whole process. Like you pick a category, and then they have like two or three choices, and they have two or three choices per category, and you pick you tell them all the parts you want, and then you go in. Oh, you pick the crystal as you build it. So that's part of the 200. But I mean, for $200, that's not a lot of saber. They're not quite NeoPixel blades. They're really just like, look at this saber I customized, and you put it on your shelf, and that's about it.
Hmm.
But I mean, it's just one of those things. If I'm going to Galaxy's Edge, I'm building a lightsaber. I mean, they're like,
Exactly.
I'm a giant man child, and I'm gonna have to do that.
No.
Yeah, Xanatos. That's that. Yeah, I've seen that on, like I said, on the YouTube. But that's so it's like, so I'm gonna do that, and then it's like my kids are probably gonna want one. So we're talking like $600 before I've even bought actual tickets to the park. And then it's in Florida, so I'm gonna have to stay because you can't do everything in a day.
No, yeah. No, I
And it's
mean,
like,
honestly, to have a good time, you ain't getting out there nothing less. If you're like driving out there, you're looking at least 8,000.
yeah, and my wife's not going to want to drive down there with two kids. So
Uh-uh.
it's, you're looking at plane tickets, which I hate the airport, but I'll do it. And then it's, do you rent a car while you're down there, or do you just shuttle to Disney? Then you gotta eat, you gotta stay, you gotta. It's a lot of money to take a trip. So
It's a
I would
build up,
like
yeah.
that. I would do it for. I would take my kids to Disney to take my kids to Disney because I went when I was a kid and I loved it.
You
But
gotta do it at least once to experience. But if you got kids, yeah, absolutely, you gotta
but
do
I'm
that.
gonna take my kids to Six Flags, which is down the road. Will cost me way less money and see if they can handle a theme park. Because if they can't handle a small Six Flags park, because we're one of the smaller ones over here, if they can't handle a small Six Flags theme park, then they're not going to be able to handle Disney.
No, that's true. I mean, it's yes, baby steps, absolutely.
So
Um,
well, I think we'll start there and to my ecstasy trust.
what is it?
That's awesome. Yeah, yeah. If your kids cosplay at Disney, the staff really goes out of
See,
their way.
and that's the
That's
thing
one
is
of
like
the
I didn't know we
that's
could because I mean, shit, I'll trip.
you can't.
Oh.
I believe the age limit is either 13 or 14 for that.
I can't be in a costume. My Jedi
No, you
costume.
cannot. You cannot be in costume. There's exceptions. So there's the not so scary Halloween you can dress up, and I think there's like one other occasion you can dress up in costume and visit Disney. Other than that, no, because um, they don't want the kids getting confused and walking up to guests
Random people. Yeah, that makes
thinking
sense.
they're cast members.
'Cause I'll be pissed
Because
off too if somebody can
and the
walk up to.
and the thing is, number one, there's never been a kidnapping at Disney
Yeah, no, I
ever.
get that.
And in any of the parks, there's never been a successful kidnapping at Disney. They almost got away with it one time. They got the kid as far as the parking lot. But it's because the kids will walk up to the characters, like if you're lost, and the cast members go out of their way for the kids.
Yeah,
Like if your kid drops his ice cream cone, like they'll get him a new one. Your kid, loses his toy. Sometimes they'll give him a better one. Like they go out of their way to make sure that it's the most magical experience you'll ever have.
they must have stepped their game up
So
because
they don't
shit.
want that spoiled by me dressing up like, Chewbacca and being a dick if a kid walks up to me.
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Then I need to call Disney and write Disney like, hey, when I was 12, I had the most unmagical experience and come back. So yeah, no, I that makes sense though. Okay, huh? Cool, cool,
I
cool.
lost my sound.
Oh, you lost your sound?
Or did you mute yourself?
No, no, I didn't. Can you hear me?
Hold on a second.
How about now?
I think it's me.
Okay, hold on. Testing. Oh yeah, okay. Um, I've never been happier to be a single man, so I will only spend on myself. Yeah, yeah. Enjoy the single life, sir. No kids and no responsibilities for anyone except yourself. So,
Yeah, hold on a second.
okay, no,
Sorry.
no worries.
Just keep entertaining the people. I'm sorry.
All
I'm
right, cool,
so
cool, cool.
sorry.
So, Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. So, I mean, I plan on going to Disney, taking the kids to Disney, well, taking the family to Disney. Um, what else? But Disney can be expensive, so we'll see what happens. I gotta save up some money and find the time to do that. And they got some feedback. You hear me?
Yeah, sorry, I'm
That's
fixing
okay.
my
No worries.
sound.
Um, but yeah, I mean, it's for the most part. I mean, this has been fun and exciting, and no worries. I mean, we're just chatting right now.
Oh, hey
Um,
Carter, man, how's it going?
it's all
Sorry
good.
about that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy myself a wired headset before our next podcast because
No
these
worries.
things have been bugging out. I don't know what happened, but
Hey,
I
the
think
mic sounds good though.
yeah, no, the mic works great. It's nice USB mic. It's solid. I'm gonna
That's
have to
what's
get
up.
myself a wired headset because they don't like to cooperate lately.
Nah, I hear you.
I think it's
Okay.
the PC. This PC needs to be upgraded, but
All right.
that's another thing for another. Oh, you like the shirts, Carter? If you DM me, I might be able to get you one. That's a maybe.
Hey. It's funny when you said that your wife was gonna she has a Cricut and she's gonna press some shirts because I bought a press. I haven't even opened it up. I'm waiting for us to move and everything, and so I can set it up properly because I was gonna start a clothing company or just my own little brand thing. My wife, I bought her Cricut because she's like, "Oh, I want one of this." I was like, "Okay, cool." So I was like, "Well, cool. I mean, I can use that to make shirts and my own personal shirts." But so yeah, when you said the whole shirt thing, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I see that. And but yeah, these turn out real good. Thick
Yeah,
material
they
and
came out nice. I really like them.
real nice. I like them. And yeah, so the logo and everything, nice. So all right, cool. So who knows? Might come out with some conspiracy theory merch.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
We'll do needs conspiracy cantina. Not conspiracy
Yeah.
theory, conspiracy cantina diet and high ground shirt. Yes, yes. Um, what else? I think that's. You
That's
ain't got
most of our
anything else?
topics covered
Yeah, that covers all the topics.
for tonight,
So,
anyway.
but hey, this is a great podcast. It's successful. I mean, we got a lot of stuff out there and felt right. Was smooth. Everything went well.
Yeah, I
Couple
will
hiccups
fix
there and
my
there.
technical issues
It's
before
all
our next
good.
one. I will
Yeah,
get a wired mic and I will move my modem again.
I'm just glad my internet didn't go out like that. Thank God, because that would have sucked. Um,
Yeah, mine. It was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna work anymore. I'm like, okay.
it was like it
Yeah, I'm
happens.
working on doing redoing my setup in the office. So I usually move the laptop when I do Twitch, and then I have to move it back, and then so I think we're thinking about getting me a TV right up here so that I can do Twitch from in here
That's what's up.
instead of doing it in the other room.
There you go. Yeah, I'll eventually get on Twitch. I just don't really like my goals like now. Like I want to just get out of the house I'm at, and then set everything up and set my I mean, this is my office, but still like have it like how I
Yeah.
want to, and just like boom, and don't have to worry about moving anything else again. But yeah, I mean, it's nice. Oh, cool.
Oh yeah, we
So
forgot to say where we are because I am xcoregamerskillz for everyone.
yes,
I am now on Twitch. I am on Twitter, kinda. I am on TikTok, obviously. I am here with you on the Conspiracy Cantina. I'm working on getting stuff uploaded to YouTube. I'm not sure exactly what my content's going to be. It might be some old Twitch VODs at first, if you don't catch me there, because I've been playing Jedi Fallen Order right now, which is a lot of fun. Grim, who's not here, actually showed up on the last one. Yeah, I am xcoregamerskillz everywhere. If you see
There we
that
go.
name, it's me. That's my name on PSN, Xbox Live, you name it, it's me. Except no substitutes.
Awesome, awesome. I need you to send me all your well, I'm pretty sure that's straightforward. I can actually put
Yeah,
that in the description below and all that stuff like that too.
I will
To
send you my
update it.
Linktree link, and then you can just yeah,
Okay, that'd be cool too.
because I do have a Linktree link, and I'm waiting till I can actually put a bio. Carter, it'll be every other Tuesday. So because of my work schedule, kind of sucks. I work every other Tuesday till late, so it's hard. It's hard to do it every week right now, and
Yeah,
just because we're new and it's lining up guests and everything else, we're gonna do it every other. Um, if things get really rolling and there's a demand for it, yeah, we will be here every week.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I would like to thank everyone for showing up. This was awesome. It's been a lot of fun, and some of the stuff you guys brought up in the chat was awesome. It's always awesome to talk with Star Wars fans, no matter what it is, as long as we're all being respectful and enjoying Star Wars instead of talking about what we don't like. And I think that's what we want to bring to this podcast more than anything else is let's talk about what we love.
yeah. Absolutely.
Let's talk about the headcanons and the conspiracies and all the other stuff that we love, and let's do it. Let's do it positive. And I know Ryan, you feel the same way.
Absolutely. No, for sure, 100%. That's what Star Wars is about. It's about just bringing, having that hope, bringing it together, just keeping, the family, love, community. It's what it's about. I mean, and the fact that we can do that and have platforms that we can actually share that with, and and we're all missing with AJ for Cali Immunity Slender. Yes, nice.
Yeah.
Uh, he cracked it with that.
We will have to try to have AJ on
We
in
will
a
get AJ
little
on.
bit.
Yes, we'll have a plethora of guests because we've been getting hit up already, Master,
Yeah,
Alan,
yeah.
and everybody. So we will be putting people on the calendar and getting their schedule so we can have a good lineup for you guys. This was great. I mean, it felt real. Like I said, it felt good. It's nice because it didn't like. I'm not expecting
Yeah.
that to be like a huge channel having thousands and millions of people on at one time, but it didn't even matter because it was we were talking to people, the people who were in the chat and communicating, had great topics that they brought up, great points, and we were talking about, we had a actual agenda, schedule or topics, and so it was great. And love it. Can't wait for the next one. So this is gonna be real fun and moving forward. For
Yeah,
me,
guys. Oh, I'm
oh, no,
sorry. I stepped on you there.
no, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. You were going to talk about where you can be
Oh,
found.
I'm on
So
TikTok,
sorry.
Jedi Master Depaul. Uh, as you see the name right here, Jedi Master Depaul on TikTok. That's my actual TikTok name. Just put the TikTok. The descriptions in the links in the description. I'm going to update Xcore Gamer Skills for his too, so you can click on it and his link tree as well. The right in the future, out because like I said, I was thinking about doing a solo podcast, but I'm not sure now because I'm liking this right here. Um, but yeah, for right now, this is where TikTok and YouTube. I'm on Facebook. That's just regular personal work stuff. But yeah, that's where you can find me. Also on Instagram, Depaul. You can find me there too, and Depaul too. That's pretty much it. But yeah, I'm mainly YouTube and TikTok. That's where I'm at. So yeah, man, this is really good. I'm excited and looking forward to the next one.
Yeah.
So
So 2 weeks from now, we are going to be speaking with the illustrious, the incomparable Julia Christine 77, and we are of course going to be discussing Corky Kenobi. Now we may have a second guest that night. Um, However, her work schedule isn't quite worked out. She's in the middle of a few things, so she will be finding out soon and getting back to me. But if at all possible, we will be having Alexis, also known as Bright Dragon on TikTok, coming and talking with us about Corky Kenobi as well. So that's gonna be the good one. I'm super excited. I always comment on Julia's stuff, but it'll be a lot of fun to actually sit down and have a conversation about Corky Kenobi, because
Yeah.
while I'm not known for it, I have been a truther since I saw him in Clone Wars way back when I first saw it. I was like, wait a minute, no, that's not. Come on, come on. They know what they're doing. I firmly believe. Well, we'll get into that next week. Once again, I would like to thank everyone for showing up tonight. It means a lot to me, and I'm sure it means a lot to you too, Ryan.
Yes.
This journey has been so weird and crazy. From just being a fan of Star Wars to having people who are fans of mine, it's mind blowing. I'm so thankful for all of you that showed up. I'm thankful for everyone out there who's watching in the future for actually taking the time to listen.
Yeah.
And for all of you guys who continue to follow and support me on TikTok, that's what got me here. You know, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for TikTok. So I would like to thank you guys immensely. I like I said, I couldn't do it without you guys. And of course, if I'm thanking people, I gotta thank my wife, because, you know, without her helping me out tonight with the kids and making sure, making sure everything's all set and ready to go, help me out for the shirts, from the shirts to my personal life to everything else. I cannot thank her enough. Melissa, if you're still listening, I love you. You know that. Thank you so much. Ryan, anybody else you want to specifically thank?
I want to thank you, bro. xcoregamerskillz. I mean, you brought the brainchild up, and it's like, hey, boom, there she goes. There's a wifey. Thank you, Melissa. And like, you had ideas. Hey, you want to do this together? And thank you for putting this out in the universe and collaborating with me and doing this together. So I do appreciate that. Thank you, Melissa, for the amazing shirts that may change into merch. Who knows? But thank you very much. And thank you to all the guests. I mean, all the chat participants. Thank you very much for all the support and everything. We do appreciate, like he said, like Pat said, we appreciate all of the engagement and everything, because that's is what makes a community. That's what makes us strong. That's what we feed off of. We actually love that engagement, and it helps just create a better atmosphere. So keep it up. We love it. We can't wait to see you to the next one. Looking forward to the whole episode 1. Episode 1. Wow.
Yeah.
And looking to hear it all, and pipe in on the Corky Kenobi theories with Julia and fam. So it's going to be fun. So thank you guys. I can't express enough, like you said. Just thank you, because without you guys, this wouldn't be happening. So with that, yeah. May the force be with you, and you up for life.
Thank you guys for coming.
Thanks, guys.